September sees students headed back to school in many regions of the world, but let's take a governance jump ahead here, going straight from the first day at school straight on to exams time. In the September issue of Boardroom Insider, we take a special look at the tools, the trends, and the future of board evaluation. A decade ago, board evaluation or assessment was one of many hot topics in the U.S. as corporate governance went through that hellish post-Enron, post-SOX introspection phase. In fact, public company evaluation was mandated by the New York Stock Exchange in 2004. Now, while it's been off the radar screen for a while, it's been crowded out by issues like proxy access, say on pay, liability and risk issues, board evaluation has continued to quietly evolve and improve over the years. Here are a few coming issues on how we evaluate boards of directors and some megatrends that your board should keep in mind. First, board evaluation, as noted, has become more professional. However, it still largely consists of those folks who sit around the board table evaluating their own efforts. Now, while these directors obviously have the first-hand knowledge about their jobs, can you think of any other workplace assessment that's limited to the subjects grading their own report cards? Boards nowadays increasingly seek input from the top managers who have to work with them day by day. The CEO, of course, but also the CFO, corporate counsel, audit, and others. This perspective is important to the process. Do these executives find the directors well informed? Do they find them knowledgeable, active? Are they open to suggestions? And there may be further outreach on board evaluation in the future. As we've discussed here, communication between the board and investors has become a hot button issue. They want to hear from your board leaders on things like strategy, results, pay setting, audit concerns. They also want more of a voice in nominating the board slate. So should the board seek the views of these investors as part of their own board evaluation? Now, in discussing this with our circle of experts, I found no one who does this yet, and most think annual election of the full board by the investors is all of the quote-unquote evaluation that's needed. But ask yourself how many current boardroom norms were unthinkable circa 2004. And speaking of historic evaluation trends, a decade ago I first raised the issue of how soon plaintiff attorneys would start seeking legal discovery of board evaluation materials. And the issue is coming true, with some corporate law firms raising the issue with their clients. Now, there are ways you can keep your deepest, darkest evaluation info secure, but here's one hint that applies to the whole process. The more professionally you conduct all aspects of your board evaluation, the better. I'm Ralph Ward from the Boardroom for September.